Like
Yeah.
sometimes you got to sit in that mirror and self reflect and peel those
Yeah.
layers off. And some of them layers gonna be ugly. Some of them gonna be great, but some of them gonna be ugly. And you got to be able to face that. And once you start facing that, then you start to understand like you can't stay in the same place. You have to grow.
Are you going to continue to seek God and continue to do what He asked you to do? Be obedient. Do what He
Definitely,
asked me to do.
definitely.
Like, move in obedience. Be diligent. Be excellent in what you do. Give it your best, whatever your best looks like on those days. Like, do it. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining me today on the seventh episode of Reviving the Art, Starting with the Heart. I am Nessa P, your host, and today I have the privilege of speaking with Lance. Lance, go ahead and say hey to the people.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Mm,
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with your question. Are you ready?
ready as I can ever be.
All right, let's do it. Let's see where we land. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's
It's
okay.
okay. It's okay.
All is well. Okay. Nobody's had this question, and that's what it's been like. That's what I love about it. Um, do you have any examples of healthy, romantic, or platonic relationships?
Yeah, I do. My mom and father been married for almost 38 years, 39 years now. So just seeing their growth from when I was younger to now, has been a big blessing for me. Just seeing things in a different light. You see how people grow together and how they mature together. It's
Mhm.
really, really big. So it taught me how to do the same in all my relationships, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's romantic. Just growing and maturing with everybody. Just taking time to learn, like learning your partner. That's like most important. Like learning your partner, learning what they like, what they dislikes is, and also leading with love. Because I know in marriage it kind of get hard to lead with love sometimes because you all together, you together 24/7. So just seeing that and just seeing that relationship blossom and grow and see how long they've been together and been at it has been very impactful on my life. So I just carry it into everything that I do.
That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. My parents have been together for a while too. I want to say about 40 years as well.
Mhm.
And it's been interesting to be on the outside looking into what their relationship has looked like. So I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question. Like, how would you describe like the healthiness of and the richness of their relationship?
Um, it goes years back. I seen my dad was a real big helpmate with my mom when she was diagnosed with cancer twice. So
Okay.
he was a big helpmate with that. Even when she was in the hospital, he went there and sat with her. That was the first time I ever seen my father cry. So that was like a big point in my life where I can be like, you can be vulnerable with your partner. So like
Yeah.
that healthy relation, that healthy part of the relationship, um, it kind of shocked me because I ain't never seen my dad cry. Like he more so
Yeah.
like the leader of the family. And I done seen my mom cry and stuff, but just seeing him be that vulnerable with my mother, that's like that showed health and that showed growth. So it was like I can do that. It ain't no big, it ain't no always gotta be tough or have a tough exterior. You can show your softer side when you care about somebody. So I just took that and ran with it. Him providing for the house and providing for the family, like that's big too. Like he always put families first. So, and he always make sure me or my sisters have what we have. My nieces and nephews and my kids have what they have, or he puts make sure my mom have everything that she has. Just being being a big leader in the family. It's like you know having him and trying to fill his shoes. It'll be unmatched.
I love that. I love that. And I think that it is very important, especially for those of us in the Black community, to have like examples of what structured and healthy relationships can look like in order to gain the insight and cultivate lasting relationships. Um, with those that we care about. And even in business, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be romance or friendships, but also in business.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that having those examples and seeing what value looks like as it's applied in a
Mhm.
relationship definitely has a lot to do with the success rate. And we could even take a detour about what does successful relationships look like. Does it just mean that it's successful because they lasted for a while or that they withstood every test?
Uh, that it's a different criteria. Some people look at success as lasting a long time. Some people look at it as it being healthy for a long time. It's everybody's metric. But my personal a successful relationship is a relationship that leads with love, and first and foremost, guided by God. So if it's
Amen.
guided by God, it'll be led with love. You're gonna have your ups and downs, and you might have your different types of arguments and stuff, but long as you lead with love and you lead with a soft and a kind word, then that marriage can go on. That's even in friendships.
Yeah.
um you got to understand, like, friendships are like your basis of people that you want around you. So if you're giving out a type of energy that brings positive people around you, then that those type of relationships last. It's only when you have, like, your friends are a reflection of yourself. So when you have, like, negative relationships, it's more so coming from stemming from you. It's
Mm.
stemming from what you have going on in life that you haven't checked. So you starting to gravitate to people that's around you that have like mind. I try to use that with the kids at school. Like, I try to, like, be have a loving relationship with them, but also be stern with them. And I know, and I guess that's why a lot of kids are attracted to me, because, like, I have a loving relationship with them. I always get them hugs, I always get them doubts. I always try to uplift them and not just put them down or discipline them all the time. So I feel like if it leads with love, then it should be last long and healthy in all relationship, business, friendships, mentorships, relationships, like all of that. So
Yeah. I feel you. I think that how conflicts are addressed in relationships, I think that kind of supports the validity of it being considered healthy.
right.
Because you're gonna have conflicts no matter what kind of relationship it is, no matter how long you've known the person or have gotten to know the person or whatnot, stuff is going to happen because
We're
life is
human.
life.
Yeah.
We're human. But
I think
I love. Mhm.
I think sometimes we don't check our emotions either. We,
Mm.
we
Oh.
fly off the handle with our emotions.
Mm.
Some of the books I've been reading, I've been reading this book. It's called The Way of a Superior Man, and it talks
Okay.
about how in relationships women don't lie. They just speak from that emotional standpoint they're in at that moment. And I think men don't understand that. Like, why are they women are different emotional creatures than men. See, men think a lot logically, so they be wanting their woman to think the same way, but that doesn't work at all times. So that's when conflict comes, because okay, she might be speaking out emotion right then. That's how she feels right then. She's not lying, but at the same time, she'll come back with a different emotion, and I don't think men know how to accept that.
Okay.
Like, oh man, she just went off on me for no reason. Yeah, she was in an emotional state that she went off on you for that reason. But you got to understand that that was how she felt emotionally,
Mm.
not how she felt logically. She didn't go off on you on something that was logical. She went off on something that was based off of the emotions of how she felt and what she wanted to get off. So, and I think that's
Yeah.
happening. I think they happen in every relationship. And I think some men are overly emotional when it comes to stuff
Mhm.
like that, and that's why it turns toxic and not into a positive state.
Okay, let's talk a bit more about that. I can certainly what's the word I want to say? I can relate to witnessing such situations where people, man, woman, whoever, whatever the dynamic of the relationship, um have had moments, rough moments of those maladaptive behaviors coming from both parties or one party in a relationship. Speaking of monogamous relationships, I haven't had a whole lot of experience with polygamy.
No, 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 me either, me either. No, no, no,
No.
no way.
Not knocking it, no judgment. It's just not
Oh
something
no.
that I have been a witness to or have experienced or desired to experience. Um, but yeah, no judgment to anyone who's watching. If that's you, baby, do you? Okay.
Mm. By all means, enjoy yourself.
Period. But I think that you said a mouthful. You said a lot within just like 2 minutes.
Mhm.
Um, with how sometimes guys will overreact to a woman's emotional state. And you know, I may have a very unpopular opinion about that.
Mhm.
Just because for a few reasons, but I um I believe that no matter the gender of the person,
Mhm.
um, that it is possible to be expressive with respect to who you're speaking to,
Most definitely.
even when you're speaking to yourself. And it doesn't necessarily have to end up with a whole like moment, a whole blow up moment. Yes, it does matter how the other person reacts to it, right? If they have that capacity, emotional capacity or mental capacity to, either let the person have their moment and just be. But I'm going to put a little bit more weight on the person who is giving that reaction or that behavior, right?
Right. Right.
Um, being the special ed teacher I am, being the behavior
Mhm.
analyst I am, I gotta.
By all means, let's dive into it. Let's do it.
And also just having been in relationships, like the behaviors aren't excused, right? Or I may understand, let me say this. I understand the behavior.
Mhm.
And as I've said it a few times, I want to say maybe a couple of social media posts, just because we're upset, frustrated, or angry does not mean that we get excused for making poor choices, like lashing out at somebody, right? But when it comes to what a healthy relationship looks like, in my opinion, like I think that both parties should number one be aware. Self-awareness is like one of the biggest factors when it comes to having conversations that are effective, that are problem solving oriented if there are issues when they arise. Um, and such that a person doesn't necessarily have to fly off the handle to be heard, right?
Most definitely.
Um,
Most definitely.
yeah. And so I want to hear from you. When you've been in this situation or relationship with someone, either friend or romantic, doesn't matter, and they've kind of exploded on you. How did you handle it?
What you want to hear from older me now or younger me? I got two. I got two versions. I got two versions. We'll
I
just
mean,
we'll start with younger me. Younger
okay.
me, younger me would lash out more so with them. I'll go tit for tat with them. So like younger me, if somebody exploded on me, I exploded back on them. Just taking it way too far. Not understanding the dynamics of emotional intelligence at a young
Mhm.
age. Because as men, we're raised to not have a lot of emotions. So when that arises and you get to a point where you're trying to communicate, the way we communicate is very aggressive and it's very like argumentative. So like when you're dealing in a relationship or even a friendship, it's always argumentative. It's always yelling. It's always loud tones. So younger me would do that. Older me now is more so reserved, more so laid back, and more so understanding of my emotional intelligence. I know my
Mhm.
triggers. I know what makes me mad and what can get me out of character. So before it gets there, and we're in friendship or relationship, if they lash out on me, I tell them this not the proper time to talk because if both of us is angry in a certain sense, we're not going to resolve the issue or solve the issue. So we both have to have emotional intelligence. And me being a man, I have to set the tone. Like I have to set the tone with emotional intelligence. I have to come in and put a stop to all the yelling and all the anger. I have to give a way for us to settle an agreement or disagree, a settle disagreement, with just positive talks and lower tones of voice. And if I can't do it, then who else gonna do it? I can't look at the woman and tell her, you need to set the tone. You shouldn't be yelling at me.
if
But
you're not doing it yourself.
I'm not doing it myself. I'm yelling back at you. So I
I
can't
get
tell
that.
you not to yell at me when I'm yelling at you.
Yeah.
Now, with friends, you got to understand everybody was raised different. So in friendships, it's a little bit different. Like I have tougher friends that we can have those type of disagreements but still be friends, close friends. And I have
Mhm.
friends that wasn't raised how I was, and they have a little it takes a little bit more gentle approach with them to be like, hey man, we can't do that. And I got some friends that move off emotions, and that's fine. And I had to
Gotcha.
understand that growing up. So now it's to a point where, like you said, being emotionally aware, being aware of your surroundings, how people deal with emotions, and also how was their upbringing. Like, did they see a man that had resolve and knew how to settle conflicts without yelling? Or did they see somebody always aggressively yelling to settle conflicts? That plays a big part in any relationship.
Agree. Agree. And I think that's where this question came from. Honestly, I have a couple of follow-up questions from what you said. But that's honestly where it came from to gain an understanding of whether or not the person or individual that I'm speaking with has a foundation of what a healthy relationship can look like. Because a lot of times the answer might be no. It has been no.
It, it, it definitely has been, and in our community, we don't a lot of people don't get to see a healthy relationship,
Mm-mm.
and if they're very lucky to do. If they do get one, they always be like a grandmother and a grandfather. It's never like a mom and a dad. So
Right.
even co-parenting, that's something that has to be healthy too. I don't think people take that into consideration. Like co-parenting has to be healthy, especially with little kids. Especially with
Right.
daughters, it has to be. I've learned that just by having my daughter, like co-parenting has to be healthy because your daughter is looking at that relationship to model her relationships. So you got
Right.
to understand she needs to be. I had to understand that she needs to be able to learn how to diffuse conflicts and be with somebody that knows how to diffuse conflicts, and also have a healthy relationship with her mother, so that she knows it's okay to be with somebody that has a healthy relationship with their mother
Yeah.
and know how to have a healthy relationship with them as well, her as well. So it's
Right.
big, just I'm just glad both of my parents been together like together so long that it
Yeah.
showed me, like, it helped me grow in adulthood.
Yeah. I got you. Um, that's one of my questions that I was going to ask you. You described the difference between younger you versus you now. Um, and I kind of want to ask you your age, but I don't want to be rude.
Oh, well, I'm 39. I'll be 40 in what, December 24th. So a couple more,
Not
like a week or
bad.
two.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
All right. Happy early birthday.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. But I was going to ask you, like, what made you choose? Because it's a choice to either
Mhm.
stay in one mind frame or to evolve, and everybody has the same choice.
It's just growth on my part, just being more biblically sound. You can't stay a fool forever. So you got to seek
Amen.
wisdom, and
I
you got to,
hope
like,
not. So,
no, that's
listen,
some people.
some
Some
people
people
do,
do.
though.
Some people do.
Right.
And some people, wisdom is knowledge. So once you start getting a lot of wisdom and you start getting people around you that have the same mindset you do, it's like it's inevitable for you to grow. I got a great supporting cast around me that grows a lot, and they give me a lot. And my dad is like my biggest soundboard because he's been here longer than me, so he knows way more than I know. So just talking to him and us just having those father son conversations, it's easy to bounce stuff off him and get wisdom from him. And like, younger me wasn't receptive to the things that he was saying, which I wish I was. Older me is starting to understand what he was telling me and starting to be like, okay, yeah, I can't, it's not going to be productive for me to stay the same. Like, stay
Mm,
in this same mindset and stay in the same state of mind. So, like, once you start to get out of that state of mind and get into a mind of like growing and elevating and discovering things that most people don't want to do. And for anything to work, successful friendships, business, being successful in your career, relationships, you just have to grow. You have to change. So,
right.
and you can't keep beating a dead horse and keep thinking you're gonna get the same results.
Facts. That's a word. That's a whole word. I'm a firm believer in the growth being in the uncomfortable moments. And as I've been speaking with different individuals on the podcast thus far about what my growth experience has kind of been like over the past several years,
Mm-hmm.
it's been uncomfortable. I've had a lot of uncomfortable moments, and we got a bit of a gap age-wise. I'm trying to see if there's a correlation amongst when people choose to, but I don't believe it is. I don't think it's about age for real. I think after a certain period, like maybe after your 20s, like you may start to a little bit, because like in your 20s, it's about fun. It's about being an adult, even though you're not really fully
Not really.
developed to
You're
be
not
one.
really. You're not really an adult. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's when like when you around you like going into 30, you start to like going to. I don't think of like a midlife crisis, but like 30, you start to look at things different. Then 35, you start to look at things differently as well. So like when you get to like 38, your
Mhm.
whole mindset start to shift because you done seen a lot. 21, 22 to 25, you haven't seen a lot. Some of us still in school, so we're trying to start to finish our degrees at that time. Some of us are trying to just find things to do and find how to navigate. And 30, you start to like put yourself in a situation. You like, oh man, I'm in my 30s. I gotta figure this out. So
Yeah.
you in rush mode. Then you hit 35, you start to go down the hill. And then like me right now, I'm at 40, so it's more so of okay, you done figured out, you done seen a lot, you done seen a lot OD 40 years. So like what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna take it and use it for growth, or are you gonna take it and just sit on it? And
Right.
I think most of the time when we hit a certain age, around that 30, in between 30 and 40, it starts to play a big part. Cause then now you cause sometimes you think you're stuck in the mud at 30 to 35, like you're stuck in the mud, like, oh my God, I'm 30, I'm getting older, I haven't had a successful relationship, or I'm not where I need to be in my career. So you need to start to try to rush things and try to like pull things out extremely fast when you don't have to. So then when I think that mindset starts to set in of growing and changing and trying to find more wisdom and trying to find like more answers. And for me personally, I read a lot. So I try to like find like books that can help me grow and develop me mentally so that I can apply it to my life. So,
Gotcha. Yeah, I asked that question because I'm learning through observation that I'm learning that everybody has their different journeys that they're
hmm
on, right? No one person's journey or race as we run our race is identical to another person's on purpose. Um, and I'm learning that not a lot of people that I have observed um, have had that mindset shift of, oh, it's game on now. Like it's time for me to get right and get set up so I ain't gotta do so much later on in life, type. And I want people to be encouraged to make the choice. Um, to not only set yourself up for success for whatever success looks like to you, however you define it, but also choosing to become and continue to become the best versions of who we're meant to be.
most
Um,
definitely, most definitely,
yeah. And I think that as we focus on becoming the best versions of ourselves, we attract the best versions of the people that we are hoping to be surrounded by. I had a therapy appointment like
hmm
I want to say over a month ago.
hmm
Again, y'all, I'm an advocate for mental health services.
it's much needed. I went to therapy like in like when I was 36, 37. So I found out a lot about me in that too.
Uh,
Oh, so
Absolutely. You know what's crazy though? Like, hold on, let me I want to share the quote from that session that we came up with, well, that I said, but that she reworded. She said that I'm attracting the best version of the people of my life as I become the best versions of myself. And that stuck with me. Um, and when it comes to defining what the best version of myself looks like I've always been a firm believer in God, right?
hmm
But now I'm being stretched in such a way because I've made the decision, made the choice to truly walk in faith completely, not lukewarm, you know what I'm saying, but to be on fire for God, right? Like,
I'm gonna tell you what's going on in my life, but finish,
what's
just
that?
finish it. I was like, so
Oh.
about being, you saying you being walking your faith and truly being on fire for God. So
Mhm.
this year alone, yeah, some major changes have happened with me personally. I used to be
Mhm.
like that. I used to try to walk in worldly and not worldly. So just wow, started last year, I started teaching Sunday school, adult Sunday school.
Love that.
Now I have started preaching. I start ministering.
Okay, minister. Come on
So
now.
so now that walk with God is kind of like a different walk because I'm walking. We we was always walking hand in hand, but now we walking hand in hand and shoulder to
Right.
shoulder.
Shoulder,
So
shoulder,
like,
toe to
yeah,
toe.
that toe to toe. So like, I understand that being stretched thin, but you trying to just hold on to your faith, and that's the biggest thing that we got. Faith is the biggest thing that we got in trusting God's lead. So
Yeah.
I understand that sometimes it looks tough because what looks in front of you don't look like what you and God talked about.
Exactly. Nah.
So
It amazes me. It amazes me, not to cut you off, but it amazes me how okay, so my 2025 year alone, right, in a nutshell.
mm,
I was in a car accident in January, fell on my back. I got hurt at work all in 1 month, right?
mm.
And it was just when I had started to serve my church and my bishop. And I was just like, all right, God, like this is a lot. Like
Trust me. I know. 2025 was crazy for me too.
Yeah.
Before I came to Marshall,
Hmm.
I got laid off on my job.
Hmm.
So I had been laid off. But everybody been telling me to get an education. They're like, you'll do great in education. You like you got a spirit for it. Like, and I was like, no, it don't make enough money
You
for
was
me.
running.
Yeah, no, I don't have. I ain't gonna make enough money. I ain't gonna make the money I've been making in corporate. But just being there with y'all, just seeing like the people that pour into those kids. I think I'm like me and God made the best decision, and this is where He wanted me to be. And I think like it's the best place for me because now I'm starting to take off. I'm starting to different off. Like I'm here with you. Like,
Exactly,
see, like
right?
I'm here with you. I'm doing stuff at the school with the kids. I'm just, my life is starting to go in a different trajectory. So it just, soon as I start teaching Sunday school and getting closer and closer to God, it's like my life just took off for the positive. Will it be peaks and valleys?
Yeah,
Always, but I just feel
absolutely.
like I just feel like God pushed me in the right direction for a reason. So, and he
Absolutely.
he been he been controlling every outcome and everything that I'm blessed with or opportunities I'm blessed with. So I can't
Yeah.
complain.
I love that. I really do. And that's what I was like getting at with how the year started versus how it's ending. Um, God did his thing, like in me, through me, and for me this year. And I mean, he's been doing it all along, but my spiritual lens has been widened. My stance has
Mm,
been straightened. My posture has been, developed. He's been developing me a lot more this year in the pressing. And even like now when I handle disappointments, not just from like relationships, but in any type of, disappointments, I used to be the type of person, the little girl in me, who would, get on her feelings and be sad about it, mopey about it, or whatever for too long. And as I'm like furthering in my relationship with God, like I know that He is fine tuning me, not only for how I'm going to deal with disappointments in business, but how I'm going to deal with disappointments in relationships, in life in general. Like, are
almost
you
definitely.
going to shut down just because you didn't get your way or get what you wanted, or are you going to continue to seek God and continue to do what He asked you to do? Because it's all a test. Every situation that you face when you're in your ascensions, going up your mountaintops, and even when you're in your next valleys, like it's
Hmm.
all a test to see what you're going to do. He's waiting to see, like, all right. And then the one of the biggest lessons. Oh, I asked you this question. It's not a part of the card deck, but um, one of the loudest lessons that I had to learn this year was to be obedient. Do what he
Definitely,
asked me to do.
definitely.
Like, move in obedience, be diligent, be excellent in what you do, give it your best, whatever your best looks like on those days, like do it, right? And then he told me to shut up a few times. Stop talking so much.
I done been there too. I done been
You
there
know?
too. Both of them. Like, hey, I need you to show up for me. And I'm like, well,
Period.
I ain't feeling it. I need you to show up, and I need you to
Hmm.
shut up, and I need you to show up.
I need you to
And-
shut up. I need you to go where I ask you to go. And when you do that, when you truly like submit to him and all that he has already written and laid out ahead of you, like the peace that you have, the joy that you have as you go through it, does it look like how I thought it was going to
no,
look?
no. But once you get through it, you on the other side, and it's just so bright.
Right. Like, I can honestly say that I do not really remember the details of the traumatic experiences that I have dealt with up till this part of my life. Like, and it's because of my growth with him. I've learned from them, right? But I I haven't I don't carry that as a burden because I gave it to him.
Mm.
And when you give it to him, it becomes a lot lighter. Like it's that childlike faith, right? Like I am his child.
And that's what he wants us to have. He wants us to
Yes.
have that type of faith, like trusting in him. He our father. He ain't gonna put us in
Hmm.
no situation. He ain't gonna put us in. From what I know as a father, being a father, I'm not gonna put my children in no situation that can harm them. I'm gonna try to put them in the
Mm.
best situation that I can, and I'm gonna try to
Mm.
take any obstacles out of their way that I can physically take away. But we
Yeah.
know God, He can take any obstacle away. So it's
And
more
turn it.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, it more so us being having that childlike faith, having that childlike trust. Because children trust regardless. We see that at school every day. They
Oh
trust
my goodness. Yes.
with no remorse. They going with whoever. They if they like you,
It's
they gonna trust you,
crazy.
and they gonna go with it. So
Oh my goodness.
that's the
That's a
same
word.
that's the same trust that we got to have with God. Like
Yeah.
that's the same exact trust, same exact thing that we got to do. And
Yeah.
that's how we learn so much. So that's why I think in education, they think we're teaching them, but they teach us a lot too, because it teaches
Absolutely.
us how to be a kid. Like
Yeah.
that inner child in you comes out, and you learn how to forgive more. You learn how
Hmm.
to not harbor on things and let things go, because they don't harbor on nothing. It is instant. It happened, cool, it happened. They on to the next
Hmm.
thing. They don't harbor on that.
Right.
And that's the same mindset we gotta have. And our inner child, once our inner child comes out and they start to do that.
Right. It's a lot of healing that happens in it. And that's a conversation that not a lot of people have, or a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that mindset, don't have that understanding of your inner child going through a healing process as you work with little people.
Right.
Like I'm a behavior therapist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this little boy, I swear, when I am not looking at him, he will jump off the bed and into my arms because he knows that I'm not going to let him fall. And I just hold on to him and I giggle, but also redirecting him, yo, get my attention first. Because what if I'm really not paying attention? But lucky, like, my instincts say, okay, this baby's going to do this anyway. So just be prepared to catch him until he learns not to.
Not to
But
do that.
yeah, it's
That
crazy.
that's kind of with God. Sometimes we just
Mhm.
jump. We just jump and
Yeah,
he
you just
just
do
catch
it.
us.
And that's legit what it's been like in this
Yeah.
year. Like I just been like, all right, God. Like,
I'm just finna do it. I'm just finna go jump in it.
like I
He
know
was,
you got
I
me.
got you. I got you. I
Yeah.
got you. I'm gonna
Like,
make a way for you. Avenues.
period. Testing the faith, building the faith as we do the things. Because he told us to just do something. Do it. He told us
Do
to
it.
be creative. He told us to, use our talents and gifts that he gave us. Do it.
We
Like,
we
and
we just gotta trust in his word. I don't think a lot of folks
yeah.
trust his word because you can't
Mm,
you can't physically see it. So I don't think people trust it. And
yeah.
God said, try me. Try me. You want
Try
to do
me.
something? Try me. I'm gonna
Period.
let you do it. Try me. And if it's not
That
what I
part.
want you to do, I'm gonna redirect you. But if it's what I want you to do,
Hmm.
I'm gonna make sure you bless all the way through it, and I'm gonna
Right.
make sure you succeed at it. So
Right. And either way it goes, you'll never go without. Proverbs, what is it? I want to
Oh, I'm trying to think.
say the 23rd. Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, meaning I'll lack
Mhm.
nothing, right?
Nothing at all. You'll never lack nothing because
Nothing.
a
So,
shepherd always takes care of his sheep.
exactly. And so in abiding by his rules, abiding by his word rather, what he said and who he is, knowing him, allowing him to walk with you, allowing him to be at the head of everything, doing it for his glory, you don't fail. You don't have bad days. I might be looking crazy at work, or whatever the situation is. Have an expression on my face because I just got done dealing with, you know what I deal with.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. They're still my guys
Um,
though. They're my little buddies.
I love them. I love all my babies. They're all mine. It's a different breed though. These kids, we'll talk about that
Mm-mm-mm.
later.
Yeah,
But it's a different breed. But I don't have bad days. I don't have bad days
I can say the same.
because yeah, I have the greatest privilege and pleasure of doing what I do with my kids. I love what I do. Um, and I love my babies. I love being one of their first examples of what structure is, of what caring and being redirected appropriately looks like. I love it. And it's like when you truly shift your mindset of not looking at it as a task or something that you have to do. I get to do this job. I get to serve. I get to go forth and use all my other gifts and talents to do all the things that God called me to do. He didn't tell me to just do one thing. Do it all.
Do it
Like
all. Do whatever you feel is in my will and it's gonna benefit you and you're gonna level up.
you're gonna
Gonna
grow,
level
but
up.
he's gonna
You're
make
gonna
sure that
grow.
you grow.
Yep.
It's gonna make
So
sure, and as you speak the things and do the things, like that's in relationships, he's going to cause them to flourish and prosper. It's when you speak them and when you put in the work to do so. So that's why, like, if it's meant to, right? Like,
if
if
it
it's
if
meant
it's
to
meant to
in
be, it'll
in the
work.
sense of what he wants it to be, like
Hmm.
however he wants to do it, you got to submit that to him too, right?
Yeah. He gonna stretch your relationship too. I can
Oh,
see
for
that too.
sure.
He's definitely gonna
Yeah.
stretch because he wants the best. He wants you both to have the best version of yourselves.
Right.
And if one is following God and the other one is like lukewarm, he's gonna stretch their relationship so they can bring the other
Mm-hmm.
person along. So
That
I've
part.
seen that too. So that stretching of a relationship that'd be the tough point. That'd be the tough point, whether it's friendships
Absolutely.
or relational. That'd be the tough point because that friendship be stretched and it be strained.
Yeah.
And it's not that you both are doing something. It's just he's stretching it and straining it because
Yeah.
are you gonna go backwards or are you gonna make that person come forward with you?
Right. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Period. That's the question. What are you
So
going to do? And it's like I'm learning too, also to pray more instead of addressing individuals head on. And that's in any type of relationships. When it comes to
yeah,
work, when it comes to my family, when it comes to romantic interests, friendships, whatever, like pray about it. Go to him about it. Give it to him. Let him do whatever he gonna do in it. Don't become combative with the people in the situations, creating a bigger mountain out of a molehill, right? Because
simple.
it's right. It's a simple principle, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Pray up, pray about it. Ask him for guidance. Ask him to guide your tongue. Ask him to lead you in the right direction, and
yeah,
then it works.
right.
And
However, for his glory, like whether
yep,
it's to teach you something, everything teaches us, period. I don't care what nobody's saying. Everything that we encounter has a lesson in it. At least one. But
definitely,
yeah, that's why I wanted to it moving forward and speaking with people and providing the examples of what these conversations can look like is like it takes you on different tangents and you never know where it's gonna go. But I always like
mhm,
I give it to God before I had the conversations anyway. Like, God, what do you want said during the conversations? Like,
most
and
definitely.
yeah, I'm gonna give it to him every single time. It's cool. Like, because it's
So
for him.
always everything. So
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I I too have I want to say that I have great examples of what healthy relationships looks like, but what I want is to be the example of what it looks like. And
Oh,
so,
definitely. Mhm.
yeah, and aiming to be that and become that and ever become that continuously, like I think that it'll also assist in other people looking from the outside in. Oh, well, they did such and such and this, and this is what your response was. Absolutely.
Right. Like, hey, that what you did?
Yeah.
I remember when you would have did this and did that.
Listen.
No,
Now,
it's a new me, but
that part.
the old me still here, but it's just new
That's
me.
what
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
trying to
Like,
move in a different direction. Don't get it twisted now. I can
twisted.
we
Like,
can
she's still
revert back.
here. Like,
Yeah, we can revert back, but we don't what we trying to do is leave that part right there, that backwards part where it's at. So
hmm
like you're saying, I want to be an example of that healthy
hmm
relationship. I want to be an example of more so a healthy relationship with myself.
Yes.
Because if I have a
Yes.
healthy relationship with myself, I can have a healthy relationship with others.
With other people.
Because
Right.
I'm not fighting myself. I'm not fighting
Right.
within. If you're
That
not
part.
fighting within, nothing external bothers you.
Yeah.
Nothing
Right.
external bothers you. So once you
Right.
become healthy, you have a healthy relationship with self, then you start to have healthy relationship with others. So
Absolutely. I agree. I think I said it in another episode. That is God first, then it's me, then I can pour into other people. And
mm-hmm,
because I keep him first, I'm never empty.
at
And
all.
so I'm never pouring from an empty cup. And I used to pour. I was so exhausted and drained trying to pour from an empty cup because I was always giving and giving and giving. And that's what he created me to be, a giver. But he said, put me first.
And I give you everything that you need to give, and you'll still have some left over. You'll
That
never
part.
be so.
You'll never lack anything. So yeah,
Yeah.
I um I enjoy being in that space of learning more about me, giving myself the things that I need so that I can give to other people. Now, do I appreciate when other people pour into me? Absolutely.
Oh, yes. Pour into me. Give me knowledge.
You know?
Show me love. Show me love. Put put love on my plate,
Mhm.
please. I'll take it
Please.
all. Recharge me.
Right. Exactly. It's just to the point where it's not a need necessarily from other people. I used to consider myself to be needy. And I am so
Mm.
grateful that I'm delivered from that. I don't need it from others because I give it to myself and because my father gives it to me. Um, and I'm
Amen.
never, yeah.
You're never in need. You're never in need.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And I think people think if they're not in a certain place, they lack something. Where they
Mm-hmm.
lack nothing. So I guess, they try to overcompensate in certain areas and pour more in certain areas.
Right.
And when it don't work out, it makes it unhealthy for them and whoever
Yeah.
they're with, friendship, business wise, relationships with anybody. So when you feel like you're lacking in a certain area, it hurts a relationship.
It does. It really does. And it's like and it's also like not necessarily looking at it from a standpoint of you have to be perfect. No, that's ridiculous. That's sorry, I was gonna say ridiculous. That's not possible for us to be perfect.
Oh,
No, I will never claim to be that. Because no. The only being of perfection is God. Um, yeah. Mm-mm. I I do appreciate though when people notice or are aware again that they don't have it to pour into, you know, the way that I would prefer to be poured into, that's beneficial, that's productive, that's helpful. Um and they kind of just like step to the side. Thank you.
yeah, just be transparent with me. Like if you can't pour into me right that day, like, hey, I ain't got it to give you.
That's
It's
okay.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. I understand. Some days I
Right.
might not have it to give it to you.
Like,
So I
sure.
might need you to pour into me the
That's
little
what I'm
bit that you
saying.
got.
I'm replenishing my own cup.
Yeah. Me and God having a talk right now. I'm trying to get him to give me more.
You know, like,
He going in the reserve to bring me something out. So as soon as I get it, I'm gonna give it to you. Like
yeah. Or, I mean, I don't know. I also too, I know that there are um hmm, many that are called and only few that are chosen. I would love to be surrounded by more of the chosen people. Um,
definitely, definitely.
so that way, granted, we are all given our assignments. People are assignments, and
But
it's
people
up
don't
to
pick up
us.
their
Hmm?
people don't pick up their assignments. People don't
Mm.
never. Some people don't pick up their assignments.
A lot of people don't.
I want to be around the people that chose to pick up their assignment. Now you're chosen, so like I
I
want to be
said
around
yes.
you.
Right. Yeah. Like people, and it's a maturity thing. And again, no judgment at all for wherever people are in their journey, all is well. Um, I just I can appreciate it a bit more when I'm surrounded by, or I'm gonna use that word, surrounded by people who can pour in the same capacity or higher capacity than what I can. Um, and it's been very transformative to be in those spaces. And so yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited about life. I'm excited about the journey itself as life continues, and excited to continue to be that example and to create those examples in my relationships moving forward. Like I want to say I mentioned a couple of times on the podcast, I've been single for a while, on purpose, by choice, because I could have been in whatever type of relationship situation she is. It's about me in this season.
As it should be. As sometimes you need to be. It need to be about you. Because once you grow, you're gonna get the version of the person. You're gonna get the person that fits your version of you, the growth version
Mhm.
of you. You
Right.
sometimes people come in our lives when we're growing, and
Hmm.
that's a choice of God Himself. But sometimes, sometimes we get God has to separate us. He has to put us apart from everybody
I've
so
been
He
set
can,
apart.
yeah, so He can work on
Yeah.
us to be the best version. So when we come back, the person that He has for us, whether it's friendships, whether it's relationships, whether
Right.
it's in your career, they can be the best. Y'all can be the best version together instead of you trying to grow and get where they're at, and they're getting frustrated with you, or you getting frustrated with them.
Yeah.
You are the best version that God needs you in that moment to be with them, with those people. So
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. Um, I agree that is
so
definitely a part of the journey itself. And being okay with that. Be okay with it. Be good with it.
definitely.
Be so comfortable in it that it doesn't necessarily, and it doesn't bother me like at all. Like, I used to mope a little bit, be like, my person.
I do the same thing. I used to do the same thing. Like, dang, I really want my person.
Yeah.
I love love. So
Same.
I want
Hmm.
to be in a relationship that exhibits true love.
Yeah.
True love is not monetary. It's more about sacrifice. So
It's
like
the choice.
it's a choice. It's a choice. We
Hmm.
wake up every day and we choose each other.
Hmm.
With my friendships, we wake up every day and we choose to be friends with each other. Like it's a
Hmm.
choice. You're not my friend because of how much money I got. You're not with me because how much money I got. You are with me in those relationships because of the person I am, and you choose to be around me each and every day. That's the
Right.
type of love I want. I want sacrificial love. That what God
Yeah.
gave. He gave sacrificial love. So I
I
want
agree.
that type of love. And once you get that type of love, monetary love don't compare to that type of love, and you won't go back to monetary love where people can pay you to love them.
The
Like no,
transactional. Yeah,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
I
like
don't want that ever again. I don't want it to be transactional. Just because I'm giving, and I've learned that too, that I can't expect to receive where I've sown into or how I've
mm,
sown into. I want the people in my life to just pour because they have it, that they want to, right? That they choose to. And if it's the way that I pour, sure. If it's greater than how I pour, sure. Like I'll receive it,
yeah, but you sow a seed and it'll grow. So, if it sows and it gets in them and they're able to pour it back into you tenfold, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take your talents and sow it so it
Right.
can be a benefit to you and God's kingdom. So
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lance. I enjoyed our conversation. This is very, very beneficial and
mhm.
effective. And I look forward to future conversations for sure. This won't be the last time that we see you here.
Oh yeah, I'll be back.
Thank you so much for joining me on the seventh episode of Reviving the Arts, Running with the Heart.
Thank you so
Um,
much for having me. I truly, truly appreciate being on here.
It's a pleasure, pleasure for sure. Followers, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Let us know your thoughts as you watch the podcast, as you go through and watch the others. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you're thinking, what you agree with, your standpoints, your perspectives. And if you want to maybe make an appearance on the podcast, let me know. I'm open. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy.